Pogba. He finds Antonio Valencia. Valencia goes for goal himself. What a goal! Oh, what a strike with his left foot. He only does screamers. Antonio Valencia, an harrowing strike that. And United lead here at Old Trafford inside the first 10 minutes. United 1, Stoke 0.
Well, we've seen many's a great goal at Old Trafford this season, and that's up there amongst them, sure.
Challenged by Phil Neville, the referee's wave play on. This is Scholes. Oh, what a way to finish! A screamer from Paul Scholes. And that is harsh, in all honesty, on Everton. But you cannot take away the celebration with a goal like that. 3-0.
Well, we've seen him do it earlier on when he hit one over the bar. He gave him a little bit of room, bit of bravery, and Phil Neville to win the ball, actually. But, oh, he lines himself up in the power. Oh.
Oh, and that's a cracking goal from Scholes. Yet another one from his locker of magnificent strikes. Well, this one is hit like an absolute tracer bullet. Whack.
Welbeck, Giggs, Raphael. Now Valencia, driven! Oh, what a strike! And that's what champions are made of! Blackburn 0, United 1.
What a strike that is! Did we see that a couple of weeks ago at Wolverhampton? What a strike!
Sanchez,
What a ball!
Mata. Pogba's shot, oh, that was travelling. Matic has to go! Oh, what a goal! Incredible strike! His first goal for Manchester United. He'll never get a better one.
Nemanja Matic, what an absolutely sensational strike! And I said there was a chance for somebody to make themselves a hero. Nemanja Matic, step forward.
And now United on the counter-attack themselves. Kagawa. Here's Rooney. Looking for Van Persie.
That's a hell of a ball, that.
He's going to find Van Persie on the volley. Oh! Robin Van Persie might just have scored the goal of the season. He came here to win trophies. Has a league title for starters. We will never forget that strike. United 2, Villa 0.
I find that hard to believe. That was an incredible goal. The ball from Rooney was a fantastic pass, but you don't expect this. That's an incredible goal, that. That is incredible, that.
Watch out when he's 100%. It's an astonishing moment. A true footballing genius. That's the way to score a goal.
Anger, frustration, it's all there. Believe me, what ability that is.
Welcome to Matchday Live. We are getting ready to face Everton in a Monday night football session, which is one of 3 of them in the next few weeks. Everyone is excited for it, as you can see. We've got a bumper crowd around us, and we are eagerly waiting for the team to walk into the building as we are here at the players' entrance, and everything is shot on Snapdragon. Looking at this wonderful sight here with me, I have got the wonderful Wes Brown. How are you?
Very good, Zara. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. Yeah.
Good.
I feel like
Cold?
everyone. I mean, I'm actually all right.
It's okay. It could get worse, and it's not rained yet, I don't think.
Let's not jinx it, Wes.
Okay.
But how much are you looking forward to this one? Because it's a huge game, and especially between both teams, Manchester United and Everton, it's teams that have been closely contended, haven't they?
Yeah, always been good games, but I think this is a great opportunity for us to push up that league. You know, we had some great results at the weekend, and we've really got to take advantage of that. We know Everton are doing okay. You know, I think if they win, they'll be at level points, as the same points as us. So it's a good opportunity for us to get, I think it's top 5. I think we're even getting top 5 or 6. And we can continue our season, you know, processing, keep it pushing forward. You know, it's one of them where I think the manager talks about it. You can see the team coming together. We're not sure what the team will be yet, but at the same time, we've got a great opportunity now tonight, especially to really stamp our foot down a little bit in the league and let everybody know that we have arrived and that we are, you know, tampering with that top 6 positions, and that's what we need to do. You know, that's the sort of stage we're at.
Exactly that. But now we have to give a warm welcome to everyone that's watching on YouTube right now. So a warm welcome to you guys from me and Wes, but we do need you to represent the Reds in the best possible way. So if you are a huge Red, you've got to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, and you've also got to get in those comments and let us know where in the world you are watching us from. You could be on your sofa just a road away, you've not been able to get tickets tonight, or you could be on the other side of the world. Who knows? You've got to let us know, because me and Wes are very keen to find out where you are. But you can only watch this for the next 30 minutes. If you haven't subscribed to MUTV, get and do it now so you can see all the build-up to Matchday Live. So yeah, we've got the players coming in now, especially some warm welcomes now to Diogo Dalot as well. How much do you think this hyped up the players before a game?
It's brilliant, and not every player is different. Some players might not sign. It doesn't mean bad guys or whatever. It's just the way, you know, they're sort of starting to get their head towards the game. But like we've seen today, I think everyone's signed. I think everyone's stopped. Dalot's, you know, is pretty quick. Bruno always stops. So it's great to see this, and that's why the fans come out early. The players appreciate that as well. They obviously can't sign every single one, but they do the best to, you know, keep a couple of the young supporters happy, and they do a great job with it.
Now, I do have to ask you, as talking from a footballer's perspective, I want to know, what is the difference in a Monday night football night? A night under the lights here at the Theatre of Dreams. Does it feel different? Does it excite you more as a player?
Yeah, it does a little bit. You know, well, first of all, I don't think you play that many. You know, as your career goes on a Monday night, you get to see all the results. I think that's a big opportunity. And like I said, this week's gone our way, so you sort of know what you have to do as well. But it's like you said, it's the weekend's over. So Mondays can be a little bit shifty in itself, but what an exciting thing to look forward to, you know. And now these guys are obviously going to get changed, go out there and try and get us 3 points in front of all these fantastic fans. And yeah, it's just got a little bit of a different feel about it. It would have been a long weekend for some of the lads, because you know, you're still in training, you're watching the games. You would have watched the Sunday games as well. But then, like I said, you know what you have to do, and you can see Bruno there. It gets a lot louder when Bruno walks in.
It does. But now, in the way of us potentially getting 3 points is Everton. How do you think Everton will play today?
It's a tough one, because I think they'll look at it and think, you know, Everton, they'll probably think they can get something out of the game. So I don't think they'll sit back. I think they'll go for it, they'll push for it. But I think it's all about what we do, really. Regardless of the team, we've got a good flow. There's a good chemistry with the lads at the moment, and we just hope we can just keep this run going, because they've been playing really well. They've got out of some deep problems as well at times. They've kept going and scored goals in the last few minutes to keep us in there. So the spirit's there, and it's just about continuing that now.
It is, and you can tell the high standards that this Manchester United team are trying to create here, to see the opportunity in that Premier League table. Because if you asked at the start of this season, people were unsure, but you can see the passion every time they step on that pitch.
Yeah, listen, it's a big game today, big game. Just say hello to Dalot there, massive game. And these lads will understand that, you know, if they can get 3 points today, it pushes us up there. People are, you know, now watching and now listening, and for everything that's gone on over the last couple of seasons, you know, the lads are starting to step up. The manager's stuck to his guns. He's said the same things, and he's not changed in sort of that way. But I think the players have really stepped up this season. Obviously, the signings have been excellent. But I still don't think they're at the highest potential yet. I still think there's more to come from them.
When you say that, how much do you think that excites Ruben Amorim that they haven't even reached their peak yet?
Listen, I think it's key, really. Listen, if you can still get results, when maybe you know you can play better as a team, you can score more as a team, it's a big bonus. You know, it gives confidence through the team, and once something clicks or something happens, you know, we score maybe a few goals, all of a sudden it's just great chemistry through the team, and you can start to push on. But it's all about confidence, and I feel we have confidence at the moment.
I think there is confidence all around here, especially with the fan sentiment too. Manchester United will be looking to go 6 games unbeaten in the Premier League when we welcome Everton later on. But Ruben Amorim has said that just being unbeaten just isn't good enough. He wants even more than that. Yeah,
and listen, we're at Manchester United. That's what we expect. That's what we want. Listen, the players will understand that. And like I said, we've got out of some tricky games this year where we might have not got a draw or got a win. But the lads, like I said, they've kept their heads down. They kept focused. They've not give up, and they've got a result. And now it's about pushing even further than that now.
How much strength do you think that brings the entire squad, that you have a coaching staff, not just Ruben, but everyone, striving for them to be better every single match, because we don't want to settle for anything less than as high as we can possibly go?
No, not at all. Listen, this season, it's a big season for us. It was very poor last year in the league. That's all. We all know that. It wasn't acceptable. We had a much better players, you know, for the sort of position we finished, and it wasn't good enough. So, you know, the lads will be very disappointed about that, more than disappointed, and the manager will also let them know that. And it's now about just stepping up. Can we take this opportunity? We've failed numerous times last year when, you know, we can get out of this slump again. But this is a different corner I think we're turning, where the performances are good. We're getting wins. There's confidence, and it's all about keeping that going now and keeping that same chemistry in the team.
As you said there, we can't sugarcoat last season. It wasn't the best for Manchester United, and by no means what the standards should be. But Ruben Amorim describes that as the storm, and that this team is now prepared for any storm that may come their way.
It's really weird, but sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to realise that, you know, we can do much better. We need to do much better, not just for the fans, but for themselves as well. And last season we got to that in the league. You know, it was very disappointing. We couldn't string a win together. We couldn't string 2 wins together. It was very hard. We did different in sort of the cup competitions, but the league was hard to break. And, you know, a lot of them players at the end of the season would have gone away very disappointed, which you should be. But it seems like they've turned a corner now, and they're focused. This smiles on the pitch, and like I said, I think the big bonus is the signings that we got in the summer.
Well, now we have got a great squad, as we have said already. We've seen some of the players going into the theatre of dreams right now, but we're eagerly awaiting what that team news could be. You've been getting involved in Manchester United predictions, and obviously the rest of the pundits have as well. Tonight, how do you think that the rest of the team should approach this? And this is obviously before we know any injury news or whatever the team is.
We don't know yet. I mean, I hope Cunha's fit. I'm not sure if he will be. But then I always think we've got a great backup in Mason Mount. You know, I do, and I think he's playing really well. You can tell the manager, he wants to get him on the pitch. You know, he wants to give him game time. And I just feel he's coming to his own a little bit this season, which is needed too as well, you know, for himself. To get back in the rhythm of things. But like I said, I think the squad's really good at the moment, regardless who comes in. But if we can keep that strength on the right-hand side with Ahmed and Bromo, I always think that's a problem for teams.
We are going to need that strength as well when you look at how Everton's set up, because they have got some great attacking players. They've had some new additions over the summer too. Yeah,
listen, we have to burn our toes today. And sometimes it's the new additions that can punish you. You know, you're not quite sure about them, but you've seen what they've done to other teams. Quick, good in the air, strong. So we have to be up for it tonight. And there's Mbromo there. Oh, he's the last one. Good guy. Yeah, he stayed out to the end to sign a few more. But yeah, defensively we really have to be strong tonight. You know, whether it's in the air or, you know, really quick on our feet, because if they're getting behind us or there's a really good balls in the box, they can score goals and punish us.
I mean, that's what we've got to hope for, as you've said there, and Bumo going in there, and he's been a player that's really settled into this Manchester United team. I mean, player of the month all round for him that he's received so far in his journey with Manchester United. These are the kind of players that you want to come into this team that are just as passionate as the ones that have been part of the furniture for years.
Yeah, listen, we want great players and then who turn into legends. You know, that's what we want. And you don't have to start off a great player. There's lots of academy players that can do that and really learn and get to that standard. But Abramo, listen, he's been doing it for seasons and seasons, and he's continued it here. And you know, he's one of the top players in the league. And it's sort of a joy to watch, really, at times, because we've sort of needed someone to calm us a little bit in front of the goal, and he seemed to do that. And he also brings a big threat as well, obviously, for defenders, making space. You know, defenders don't dive in as much; they're more back off, and we can get into it a nice rhythm. So he's been great for us, honestly.
He has been. I'm sure he's been a joy to watch for Ruben Amorim as well. Now, Ruben has actually been at Manchester United for a year. Can you believe that, Wes?
Okay.
Unbelievable scenes from him. He's really settled in to be part of this Manchester United family. You can tell by Wes's face he's completely shocked with that news. But now, let's hear from Ruben Amorim as he talks about the last 12 months.
Ruben, thank you for talking to us. Can you believe that it's been 1 year of you here at Manchester United?
Yeah, I felt that. I think I said already, sometimes it was too slow, sometimes it was too fast. It was a good year. I think I learned a lot. I changed also the way I see things, and that I think is a good thing. And I think I'm ready for the future, for the present, more than I was, but I think that is normal. Because I start with a lot of games, no time to understand the club, to train, so it was everything at the same time with a lot of changes, but it was a very good year for us. I know that it's strange to say something like that with the results, but it was a good year for us as a club to understand our path.
Have you actually enjoyed it?
Some days
you hesitated.
Yeah, I cannot. I will not lie. Some days were really hard. Some nights were really hard. But then I had some moments, even in difficult moments, I had some moments that I really enjoy. One thing I know for sure that this is a massive club, and I would not change for any club. I know that is a hard club, but there are something here in the air that when you belong to this club, you belong something really, really special. So I'm really happy to decide to come to this club.
You said it was the best decision of your life, didn't you?
Yeah, and it was.
Your wife didn't hear you say that then?
No, no. My family loves to live here, and that was the strange thing. I'm not to say strange, but you change. The culture is completely different.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have difficult days with the weather. You lose your friends. When it's me, I have a big job, so I'm always excited and I have something to do. But they found out their places here, so we are here to stay. I hope, we'll see. So I think it was the best decision in my career. I felt like last year I was always overwhelmed with the games. I didn't have the time to settle down, to understand that my job is not just the pitch, is outside the pitch, is to push for everyone. And I felt like last year I was really emotional all the time because I was struggling with the results. So I think
see that as well, to be fair.
I think I adapt more to the demands of the game, and I understood that I'm always saying that this is going to take time, but I'm the guy that has the bigger responsibility to take care of everything and to control the emotions a little bit better.
How difficult has it been throughout these sort of moments to stick to what you believe in and what you know? Because I think, again, your system, your formation, the base of 3-4-3 and everything that comes from that, has also been one of the most debated aspects in world football across the last 12 months as well. So for you to be able to stay true to what you believe in, albeit with the changes that you've mentioned, how tough has that been?
First of all, I'm coach 7 years ago, but I was football player, and I was a guy that played in all positions. I did everything. I had all the issues of a football player. So when I was preparing for my job, I tried to understand everything about football. And then you read about the history of football. That is a very good thing to understand, that football is always like this. Everything is returning at a certain point, and you can see this year with set pieces, long ball, direct football. And I always had the feeling when you start changing because you are under pressure, I feel that you can win a little bit time, but we are going to lose in the end.
Yeah.
I'm not changing that. You should learn and adapt, and I think I do that all the time. And you can see the way we play in the moment is a little bit different. But if you change your philosophy, you can win like 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks. But in the end, you are going to lose a long term. So that is really clear for me.
With the run that you're on at the moment, 5 games unbeaten, I know you've said a couple of times that it could have been even better with the 2 draws that you've had. But do you feel like the pieces are beginning to fall into place now in how you see things and what you want to see? And did you see signs even earlier in the season that this moment was coming?
Yeah, I felt that in the pre-season. I felt that against Arsenal. And then I felt that we were far from perfect against Fulham, the way we lost the control of the game. So that was clear for me. The way we lose that game against Brentford, the lack of intensity is a problem for us in some moments. The way we bounced back against Chelsea before Brentford. So all the good things and the bad things, I had that idea in the pre-season. Yeah. So it was not something that was a shock for me. I think we are improving. When I left Tottenham to return to we were returning here to Carrington, I was really frustrated because it's so clear for me that we are doing good things, but we have so much to do. We are so far from perfection because we should have more points in this moment. So for me, I was expecting everything. Grimsby was the most difficult moment for me. And also a little bit Brentford at the beginning of the game. So these 2 moments were, I was like shocked, a little bit shocked. It's not the best word to say in an interview, but I was not expecting that. The rest, the difficulties, the limitation that we still have, I was expecting.
Yeah, great interview that with Ruben Amorim. A year in the job, and it's been a year of ups and downs, hasn't it? We'll get the lads' thoughts on their highlights from the first year under Ruben in just a moment, but let's introduce them before that, shall we? Danny Webber and Wes Brown are 2 former players, academy graduates as well, and here to cast their expert opinion on the visit of Everton to the Theatre of Dreams on quite a balmy winter's night here in Manchester. Wes, you were watching the team arrive there. Good feeling, good energy about them?
Yeah, listen, I think there is, and I think it's been here all season, to be fair. I've said it's a great opportunity for us tonight. Results were perfect at the weekend, and it's just another game now where we can keep on going. You know, we've been on a good run, we've not lost, and we've had some tough games where we fought back as well. So you can see that the lads are really putting it in there. There's no one's giving up, but you can also see a good team spirit, and just really looking forward to tonight. It's a great opportunity.
Certainly is, and Webbs, you joined me for our live team training on Friday. Speaking of energy, the energy in that session was brilliant, and they have such a great camaraderie. The spirit in the group is really good right now.
Yeah, it's nice to see. I think when you got obviously the lads coming back from international duty, it looked like they were happy to be back. It looked like there was a lot of fun, and you can always see. You know, we watched the warm up and the little rondos they were having, and you could see there's a buoyancy to it. You know, they were having fun with the staff. And you expect that to continue out onto the pitch tonight. And I think Wes makes a good point about the form we've been in. You know, you want to continue that with the level of performance. And, you know, that's got to be the basis, the hard work for going out and delivering a good performance tonight.
Well, certainly have been working very hard of the lads and will be very ready for this. Looking at shots from the dressing room there. Before we talk about some of the players we expect to start tonight, I just want to say thank you to all our viewers on YouTube who've been with us so far. If you want to stay with us throughout the whole of our build-up to the 8 p.m. kickoff UK time, then make sure you join us on the Manchester United app for that, or on MUTV as well. But looking at the shots in the dressing room, Wes, no Matheus Cunha. Unfortunately, we all heard the news on Saturday that it picked up an injury in training and hasn't made it, so a big loss for us.
Yeah, big loss. I think he's getting better and better each game, and I still think he's got so much to show and give us and show the fans. But yeah, you can see how much of an influential player he is. You know, he's got a great stature. He's a different player to most people on our team, you know, but I always like one player that individually is, you know, a little bit Cantona-esque, you know, there's a bit about him.
Yeah.
He's not necessarily smiling all the time, but at the same time, the ability's there, it's all there, and he's still got a lot to show, so he'll be a big miss tonight. But listen, like I said, the squad's getting bigger and bigger. Players are coming back, and we've got people who can fill his shoes, but he will be a big miss.
Yeah, well, you say players coming back. We are missing one South American, but another returns. Lisandro Martinez, we just saw his shirt hung up in the dressing room there. Leacher, as he's affectionately known, of course, by his teammates, has been a big miss. Ruben has praised his aggression, his spirit, his mentality. So a fantastic player to have back in the fold.
Yeah, 100%. And it's that kind of fighting spirit that you need. You know, there's been games probably last season where we missed his character. Listen, he's been out for a while and he's been unfortunate since he's been at the club. He's had a few big injuries, but every time he comes back, you still see the way he puffs out his chest and he goes out onto the field. He's a winner. So it's great to have him back in, and hopefully, you know, he's back in competing for place. He's got to win his place back in the team.
Yeah.
And he gets in and does his magic.
Yeah, well, he is on the bench tonight, but let's take a full rundown of the team, shall we, with our commentators, Liam and Ben.
We've had to wait a little while for Manchester United to be back in action here at Old Trafford, but here it is Monday night against Everton, and 2 changes from the manager from the last time Manchester United played, which feels like an eternity ago, against Spurs. Here's the starting 11. Those 2 changes see Lenny Yoro come in for the injured Harry Maguire, and Joshua Zirkzee with his first start of the season in for Mattheus Cunha. That means United have Lomans in goal, Shaw, De Ligt and Lenny Yoro the back 3. Patrick Dorgu continues at left wing back after his goal for Denmark in the international break. Mazraoui on the right, Casemiro partners Bruno Fernandes in the centre of midfield. Fernandes hot off the back of a hat-trick for Portugal in the last week or so. Brian Mbumo and Ahmad behind Joshua Zirkzee, who starts up front. Loads to unpick there, including, of course, Lisandro Martinez on the bench, along with Shea Lacey. I think we'll start with Joshua Zirkzee though, don't we?
Yeah, it's his first start of the season. I think that, you know, there may be quite a many people that have sort of thought, well, maybe, you know, let's give him a go. I think when you look at the position that Joshua Zirkzee plays in, then this is the most natural time for him to be able to do that, the manager, because of the injury to Benjamin Šeško.
Yeah, and of course with Mattheus Cunha unavailable tonight for whatever reason, that definitely means that you're struggling in terms of bodies up front, and that gives Joshua Zirkzee the opportunity. We've seen him play, we've seen how good he potentially can be. What does he need to do tonight, Josh Zirkzee?
Well, first and foremost, when the ball comes up, he needs to stick. You know, we know that he's going to be in with a battle with what presumably will be, you know, one of Tarkowski, Keane, O'Brien, whoever it may be. So that is something that he really will need to do. And then he needs to concentrate on bringing players in. He's got wonderful players around him. He's got Bruno backing him up. So he needs to be able to include himself in build-ups to any attacks.
You know, United will go long. Sanna Lomans has been doing that quite a direct route, so the ball is definitely coming to Joshua Zirkzee. It's just going to be up to everybody else to make sure they can get around him and that the ball sticks. It's really important to point out Lisandro Martinez back in the Matchday squad. It's huge for Manchester United, not just because of his defensive ability, but because of the mindset and the mentality that he brings to a team.
Yeah, for definite. And the fact that he's here after such a lengthy injury, having had one myself, I know what what he's been through over these last 7 or 8 months, and it's brilliant to have him back, and especially going into a very, very busy, not just December, but hopefully January as well.
Shea Lacey gets a position on the Manchester United bench, and that's great for him. We've been watching him through the 18s and the 21s, and he's a mercurial kind of player, a bit of a maverick. You never really know what he's going to turn up and do. Sometimes some of the stuff is absolutely outrageous. Whether or not he gets an opportunity tonight, it's a brilliant opportunity for him to be around the first team dressing room.
Well, I think if that opportunity arises this evening, i.e., if we do manage to sort of get hold of a commanding lead that enables him to do that, because I think with the departure of the known players that are going off to the AFCON, somebody like Shea Lacey can come into one of those 2 positions, and obviously the manager wants to see how he handles the temperament and playing in front of so many people, but a wonderful prospect, there's no question. 2 great feet, works hard, and like you said, mercurial, definitely.
And just finally, Ruben Amorim calling for his side to start at 100 miles an hour today. Is that exactly what's required?
Yeah, it is, and it's always difficult after an international break, but if they want to continue this fine run of form that they had, unbeaten in 5 games, then no disrespect to Everton whatsoever, but these are the games at home that United need to be winning so they can move up to up the table and start challenging for honours.
It is the start of a run of games on a Monday night for Manchester United. It starts with Everton. It starts tonight. We're underway at 8 o'clock.
Thanks very much. Sorry, Wes, we're just on TV here, mate.
Sorry, pal.
You're just having a lovely little chat there. But the team news, obviously, without Cunha, without Seshko, we've got injuries to Maguire, Mainu. There's just a few little knocks and niggles around at the moment, which isn't ideal.
Listen, it's not, but they're not massive injuries, and that's the main thing. And like you said, we still have players that can play in them positions. For instance, hopefully, I would like to see Mason Mount again tonight. I think he's been really, really special this season for us, and he's getting better again. We all know what he can do, but I just think he needs more game time. And like you said, Martinez is back, and I also think that opens up another gap for maybe Luke Shaw maybe playing on that left-hand side, left wing back, which we know we can do absolutely fantastic as well. So we still have options, but I think the main priority today is getting a good rhythm going. Can we make chances, and then have we got the players to put it away?
Mazraoui starts on the right. Why do you think that is?
Grealish. I think you look at the threat that Grealish poses. Mazraoui's been really good since being at the club, but sticking to people and being horrible to play against, and then testing them the other way and having the courage to go and play from there on. So it'll be a bit of a cat and mouse between them 2 tonight. I feel, obviously, you've got the right-sided centre-half as well that, will cover if he gets beaten, because Grealish is a good player, once or twice he will. But I just feel that Mazraoui will test him the other way and give him something to think about as well.
Joshua Zirkzee, a start for him, big moment for him, big opportunity.
It is, and listen, he'll be delighted. And, he's not had much game time, but this is an opportunity now where he can show the manager. And listen, you wish him all the best, but here what'll do well to stay in. He wants to make sure he does something in the game where the manager thinks, I can't take him out. It's as simple as that. But we know what he can do. He's a great link-up player. He has his own sort of skills and abilities in and around the box, and if he can get into good positions, he can score as well. So listen, this is the time where he's needed, and like I said, he won't have a problem with that. I know he's not played as much, but he'll be ready to go.
Brian Mbeumo, arguably been our best player this season, just behind Zirkzee, with Ahmad further forward. Do you like that mix?
I do, because they both offer a threat, and there's an honesty to both the way they both play. So if one goes, the other one will, just fill in a little bit. But we've needed somebody like Mbeumo, somebody who just runs with, real intent, and then has got the finishing and the prowess that he's shown, and it really stretches teams and it allows everybody else to play. Then, when you've got that threat running in behind all the time as a defender, you don't like it. You'll know that, Wes. When you've got people running in behind you, you don't like it. So add to the fact that he has got the quality to create, score and assist, then it has been fantastic.
And despite the players we mentioned who are missing through injury, there still is a reasonable depth on the bench, which is good to see.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And listen, when everyone gets back fit, someone will be missing out, it looks like. But yeah, there is. And it's all about taking the opportunity when you get on the pitch. And at Man United, sometimes it can take longer to get on the pitch, but that's because you know, there's good players there. You have to work for it, and then when you get on the pitch, you have to show what you can do. So they'll all be waiting the time, and like I said, the players on the bench will also be wanting to get on as well. So yeah, and as we know, that them players can change the game, Sully. You know, they can come on and 10 minutes, 20 minutes impact, and they'll probably need it at some point. So they'll all be up for it, and it's just a big game for me because it's an opportunity now where we can, you know, get into them European spots and really make a stance this year.
Well, it's a big game for Manchester United, but on Monday Night Football we scored some brilliant games over the years, and let's take a look at the top 20.
Great little touch that by Giggs. He just flicked the ball away. Gets inside Julian Dix. That's a brilliant run. Cole back again to Giggs. Danger for West Ham here. And Sharp and Cantona. And Manchester United have taken the lead. 8 minutes gone. And Eric Cantona squeezes the ball in after a quite brilliant, breathtaking run by Ryan Giggs.
Heavy first touch, and Valencia onto Lukaku. Lukaku. Oh, well played. Pogba.